Act 2 of Working, and I would like to introduce conducting our orchestra as our musical director, Mr. Andrew Hall, and our director, Ms. Danielle Caraccio. Great work.
Somebody clean out that time. They must have broke that clock. Time's the only thing I know. Can't travel quite that slow. Let me hear that whistle blow.
The last hour's the hardest. You sit there with half a mind and one eye on the clock.
All I'm thinking about now is getting home and taking off my uniform. Cold can of beer.
Putting my feet up in front of the idiot box.
You know, when that whistle blows, a lot of guys just want to sit around and talk. I just want to get out of here.
It's a pretty good day for laying stone. You get interested in what you're doing, and you usually fight the clock the other way. I mean, you're not looking for quitting. You're wondering, you haven't gotten enough done. It's almost quitting time. There's not a house in this country I haven't built that I don't look at every time I go by, and if there is one stone crooked, I still notice it. I mean, the people what lives there might not notice it, but I notice it. I mean, stone's my business. Stone's my life. I daydream all the time about stone. Someday, I'm gonna build me a stone cabin right down by the Green River. I'm gonna put stone cabinets in the kitchen. Everything's stone. Seems like all my dreams have a piece of rock fix them. He builds a house with his hands. 30 years go by. It stands where nothing stood. A house of stone. The mason sleeps real good. He does his work. His workday flies. Quitting time's a big surprise. And then it's one more stone to get just right. It's always one more stone for the night. Every house he builds, every stone he lays, it's not just making money, counting off the days. He builds a house with his hands. 100 years go by, it stands, it tells you who he was. Life goes fast, but the work Mason does, it's meant to last. But the work Mason does, nothing lasts forever. But with stone, you're getting awful close. It's made to last.
Number 9, big buddy, put your ears on for me now. Big trucker got to have a big life. So come on, brother trucker, you gotta come back, mother. Keep skins of old. again. Roll, 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 brother trucker, I'm back on my wheels again. Roll, 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 brother trucker, outward bound from South Bend. Roll, 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 brother trucker, I'm back on my wheels again. I'm running out of lights, goddamn dim those headlights. Oh, I was sleeping the last few nights, but I'm gonna be alright. About halfway home, can't get to the telephone. I'm hot as a pistol, dry as a bone, and I wonder if my baby's alone. I got to roll, 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 roll again. You say where and I say when. Roll, 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 roll again. I'm back on my wheels again. Roll, 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 roll again. Back it on up and do it again. Roll, 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 roll again. I'm back on my wheels again. Blue Love, New Jersey, big state police. I'm in a hurry. Won't you let me go in peace? I'm independent. I ain't got no place to go. 'Cause the FLL and the CIO, they still don't own the road. And the only man telling me where to go is the man who owns the load. He said, roll, 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 roll. You say where and I say where. Roll, 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 roll. I'm back on my wheels again. Roll, 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 roll. Back it on up and do it again. Roll, 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 roll. I'm back on my wheels again. I make 2 round trips to Milwaukee and pass within 4 blocks of my house and never go home. It's just you and your truck, and your only companionship is your own thoughts. You get mighty lonely talking to yourself for 28 hours. Halfway back from Milwaukee, you gotta call up your dispatcher, and boy, I'll tell you, you're even glad to talk to him. Hello, Chet? Yeah, this is a... Hello? Hello? Julie Swap Phone Company?
Bell Atlantic, may I help you?
Yeah, I just got cut off.
I'm sorry, sir. May I have the number you were calling?
Yeah. 219-769-5910.
I'm sorry, sir. That number is busy.
Jesus, lady, I was just talking to him. What is the matter with you people?
I'm sorry, sir. Perhaps the party is trying to reach you. Maybe if you wait 5 minutes and then place your call again?
Oh,
Sometimes you really want to talk to them if they sound upset. For me, it's a temptation to say, gee, what's the matter? But you can't say more than, I am sorry, you're having trouble. If you get caught talking with a customer, that's 1 mark against you. One man said, operator, I'm lonesome, will you talk to me? And I said, gee, I'm sorry, but I can't. But you can't. I'm a communications person and I can't communicate.
I always thought of the receptionist as the dumb broad at the front desk taking phone messages. Now I'm one, so of course I've changed my opinion. She had to be special, right? Because I thought I was special. I was fine until we had this office party. I'd be having a fairly intelligent conversation with someone, and then they'd ask me what I did. When I'd say I'm a receptionist, they'd make an excuse and walk away. Now, I make up other names for what I do. Communications control, servo mechanism. You know, I'm tired
It's
at the end of
strange,
the
but
day.
you get tired of talking.
There
You
isn't
talk
a 10-minute
constantly
break
for
in the
6
day
hours
that's
straight
quiet.
without a 10-minute
You
break.
can't
You can't think about it.
What I do all
Everybody
day
is
is
in a
say what I
hurry
have
to
to
talk
say
to
as
everybody
quickly as
else, but
possible, and then
nobody
switch the
wants
call
to
to
talk
whoever's
to
going
you.
to next.
You're the room the
I
size of a
notice
gymnasium
people have
talking
to
to
be
people
slow down
thousands
when
of
I'm
miles
talking.
away. Do I listen in on phone conversations?
I never listen in on a phone conversation, but I'll tell you, some girls really do.
Especially if it's late at night and the customer likes to talk. You'll sit there and laugh with the tears rolling down your face.
I once worked for Illinois Bell, and I don't care who the operator is, the greatest thing is listening in on phone conversations. If you work nights and it's real quiet, I don't think there's an operator who hasn't listened in on a conversation.
It makes the nights go by faster.
Sometimes to make the day go faster, I'll do drawings, Mondrian sort of, things of nature, never people. I pretend I'm alone and things are quiet. I call it the land of no phone. I never answer the phone at home.
I saw this ad in the paper, equal opportunity, salary plus commission. When I got the job, I was thrilled. All I had to do was talk on the phone, and I didn't even have to think about what to say. It was all written out.
Bell Atlantic, may I help you? I'm sorry, sir, that number is busy. Perhaps if you wait 5 minutes and then place your call again.
Good afternoon, Schwartz, Schaefer, Gamble, and Rice. May I help you? Oh, I'm sorry, he's on another line. Would you like his voicemail?
Hello, this is Mrs. Dubois. Can I please have a moment of your time? If you'd only for 3 short months subscribe to our newspaper. It's for a worthy cause, to help blind children. What really did it for me was the one call I made. It was to the worst of the worst ghetto area. The guy listened patiently, and he said he would really like to help, for he was blind himself. Here I was telling him a bunch of lies. I thanked him and apologized. I ran to the restroom. I was nauseous. I prayed right there. I said, "Dear God, must there be some other word for me? I've never harmed anyone in my life, dear Lord." I went back in and finished my day because I had no other means of employment. But then, as if my prayers were answered, I got another job. I marched right into my supervisor's office and I told him a few things. I said I was sick of his bullying and I wasn't going to lie for him anymore. But, oh Lord, I really can't tell you what I said, but I was very calm and I didn't shout. And ooh, it felt good. But I still work in the same building as him, so I pass him in the hallway every once in a while. But every time I do see him, I just keep my head very high, very erect, and I just keep walking.
It's really something to run into somebody who likes to talk. They go, "Operator, how's your day? It's a nice day out. How's your day? Has it been a rough day for you?" You say, "Oh yes, it's been an awful day." Thank you for asking.
Hello, this is Christopher's. No, I'm sorry. We don't have anything until 9:30. Yes, I'm sorry. We're very busy tonight.
Would you like your quota of mercury today? What's exciting at the bar that I can offer? It would be very boring if I had to say, "Would you like a cocktail?" over and over. So, I come out different for my own enjoyment. I say, "What's exciting at the bar that I can offer?" or something. They get cocktails, I give them a little philosophy. They get coffee, a little political science. I have an opinion on every single subject there is. My bosses don't like it, so I speak sotto voce. But if I get heated, I don't give a damn. I speak like an Italian speaks. I have to be a waitress. How else could the world come to me? Everyone has hunger, everyone needs to eat, and I serve them. I give service. I can't be survived. There is a difference. I get intoxicated with good service. It becomes theatrical and I feel like Madame Harlem. It intoxicates me. I'm on stage. There's some I don't care when they put down a plate. There's a sound. Not with me. When they move a chair, it'll scrape with a grate on the ground. Not with me. I remember one day, as I do now and then, I had shapes. Down I went, there with my tray full of coffees and cordials and cakes. Down I went, but can my boys, not one guest heard me fall. Never made a noise, not one noise, food and all. If you have to crawl, you give all what they like. You carry your tray like it's almost ballet like la 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 la. It's an art to be a fine waitress. Each evening I treasure the test. But tonight was a fight, 'cause they hide with this busboy, this clothes, all of us had just turned. What did we have a quick heart to heart? Even that is an art. Here is your steak, milady. I like to say milady. I hate ma'am. And sometimes I'll say playfully to the man, here is your check, my lord.
Ah, now how much shall we tip you?
Do what you want. Don't play God with me. Tips! Ha! Tips are important for people like captains and floormen. For them, it's tipsy. For me, I'm a gypsy, just tossing around coins that started me like that floorman. Through the ulcers, the backings, the hot, sweaty feet, on you go. Through is your ninth ulcer and madam once what? Good for me? On you go. 2 a.m. approaches, the curtains descend. There among the roaches, my accent end. Every night I tend to find myself crying. There's no work so trying or so satisfying. I tell everybody that I'm a waitress and I'm proud. People come up to me, they say, hey, you're terrific. How come you're just a waitress? You know what I say to them? I say, why? Don't you think you deserve to be served by me? It's an art to be a fine waitress without leisure or rest. So I do the flares all around the air. No one else has, I swear, no one else has my little taste when I say on the cards. See, it gives me a glow. Every time I prove I'm a pro. Maybe I'm not quite Michelangelo, but I'm not just a waitress. I'm a After 16 years here, I just took a trip to Hawaii. Went with my mother. My daughter said, act your age. I said, honey, if I were acting my age, I wouldn't be walking. Not after 16 years on this job.
I've got 15 years left, and I'll have my pension time in.
I'll be eligible to retire in 25 years.
I've got 36 years to go.
29 for me.
37 years.
I'd like the experience, after all these years, I'd like the experience of not having to go to work.
When I first retired, the first 2 years I was downhearted. I had no place to go, nothing to do. Then I gave myself a good going over. I said, Joe, you could sit home and waste your time, or you could get out and do things. Well, the day goes pretty fast for me now. I don't daydream at all, and when I think of something, forget it. That daydreaming don't do you no good. Keep moving, that's the trick. You wake at 10, fold up the bed. You don't want to leave the couch open all day, you know? It's depressing. You cook an egg, you toast some bread, you cook for yourself your saving bundle. If you don't keep track of your money, who will? You think about the day ahead. You don't want to go feeling sorry for yourself. It's like I said, now you can sit home and waste your time, or you can get out and do things. You take a walk, you meet a chum. This guy lives down by National Biscuit. Boy, you should see that National Biscuit. You shoot the bull, you argue some. Maybe we'll invite a couple of other fellows over, play some poker. You lose a chin until they come. This guy remembers what cards you picked up. The dirty bum, but even getting beaten at chin sure beats doing nothing. You take a bus, you take a train. Maybe you visit your wife's grave. On the way, you read the Reader's Digest. It does you good to use your brain. Or maybe you visit your cousin, take a six-pack. You take a stroll down memory lane. When we was young, we was always together. And Raising Cane, you go a long ways, him and me. Oh, the times we had. I remember once, back in 42, we were at this fair with some girls we knew on this crazy ride where you screamed or you prayed. The Big Dipper they call it. We can hardly walk as we left the car, so we staggered down for a candy bar, and we sat and laughed in the penny arcade. At 6 o'clock, you watch the news, then politicians get you so mad you put your slippers at the set. You cook some Franks, no big to-dos. Most nights you lay around, straighten up, maybe you call your daughter. You watch a game, you take a snooze, but then there's Sundays. Sunday's different. You change your shirt and shine your shoes, cause you're going around the block to the tavern. You shoot some pool, you drink some beer. You don't really need to have a lot to have a good time, maybe 3 or 4 in an evening. You find a pal, you bend his ear. You meet a lot of your old folks there Sunday. Maybe a bunch of y'all go ahead and sing the kind of song you never hear, like Stardust or Tea for Two. And then you cheer. I remember last Sunday when you once sang, "Till we meet again." I remember I once waltzed to that tune. Honest to God, it was at a dance. I was 17, and the girl was like from a magazine, and the lights were low, and I really mean low. I think my friends had something to do with that. And I kissed her cheek as we waltzed away. I remember that like it's yesterday. Or was she surprised? I can hear her say, Joe. They drive you home from round the block. You take your cash out of your sock. You fix the bed, you check the lock. You wind the clock. Now retired, all my folks told me, Joe, you had the help. You shouldn't have done it. I I really don't know why I did it. I guess it's just a habit. But you know, I don't daydream, I keep moving. I go to fires every once in a while. It's so crazy. This fire on Milwaukee Avenue is heavy as hell. But you don't see no fire. It's so strange. You hear all the stuff on the radio now. Boy, that was some fire.
You go in there, and it's dark. Smoke's pouring out the building. It all happens really fast. I feel this tremendous heat to my left. I look over and the whole room is orange and yellow. You can just see the orange and feel the heat. The lieutenant and the other firemen got the ladder up. They saved 2 people. But in the basement, there was a guy. He was trying to get out. The door was bolted shut, and he burnt dead. You know what the lead man said? We lost a guy. Shoot, we lost a guy. We saved 2 people. How would you know a guy sleeping on the pool table? Yeah, but we lost a guy. I always wanted to be a fireman. A lot of guys want to be firemen. It's like kids. Everybody's still a kid. Guys 40 years old still feel like kids inside. I used to be a cop. You know why I switched to fireman? I liked people. And sometimes, when I was a cop, I could feel the hate coming into me. You see things, you hear things, bad things. It gets into your head. I took the fire department test in '93, got called in '94. You know, the whole world's just messed up. The country's messed up. But the firemen, you actually see them produce. You see them put out a fire. You see them come out with babies in their arms, give mouth to mouth when a guy is dying. You can't get around that. That's real. I used to work in a bank, you know, the paper, you're looking at numbers. That's not real. But I can look back and say, I helped put out a fire. I helped save somebody. Somebody could be born. Someone could grow old. It shows something that I did on this earth. I always wanted to be a fireman.
You know what I always wanted to do? I wanted to play the piano. That's what I really wanted to do. I'd write songs and things about my life growing up in the South, my mama, my grandmama. Now, I got a beautiful daughter of my own, and I got plans for her. So every morning I'd wake up and I'd go scrub rooms at the Marriott. And every night I'd come to these here offices and it's scrubbing again. For generations, that's all we done. Scrubbing, my mama, my grandmama, and me. But my daughter ain't gonna do no domestic work. I plan to be the end of that particular line. And living helpers, a girl, babysitter, and a hotel maid. They work 6 days a week, all day long, never could get out of debt. Those were the days when the minimum wage That's what we got coming today. A whole new generation.
My name is Ralph Warner. I'm 19 years old. I ran this mutual fund for the students in my school, and my father runs his own Wall Street firm. I guess that's how I learned. He's an arbitrator. You know, those are the guys that was being accused of insider trading. But we studied ethics in school, so I'm sure I won't have any problem. Oh, and I took 1 year of American history, and I read the paper every day. Well, the sports section. Oh, and the business section, of course. I'm going to business school. Wharton, naturally. What I'd really like to be is a professional golfer. But realistically, I'll probably be an entrepreneur. And then I'll start a family, of course. My, quote, dream girl, unquote, has long brunette hair and won't have to wear much makeup because she's going to be naturally pretty. And she'll have to have a lot of personality too, because when her 30 and moving up the ladder, she'll need a lot more than just looks. She'll be a good mother. I hope to have 3 children, 2 boys and a girl. And I would like to live in a colonial house, one leaning towards a Mediterranean style. Oh yeah, and maybe my house could be backing right onto a golf course so my wife and I can play golf whenever we want. I hope my wife can play golf. This summer I'm working with this realtor on the Cape. We're starting a timeshare program. There is a lot of commission in this. I think it looks promising. By the way, are you interested in the condominium on Cape Cod?
My name is Charlie. I'm turning 20 in 3 weeks. I was recommended for this job as a copy boy in a Chicago paper. I went down to the paper, talked to the editor, told him how much I wanted to be a journalist. He liked me. I had a tie on. Coming to work for me was a kind of missionary thing for me to do. I was bringing organic walnuts, organic raisins, and giving them away to everybody. See, at this stage of the game, I was in a very spiritual mood. I was enjoying my job because I was answering the phone most of the time. People will call up or complain or have a problem, and I'd say, this is a capitalist newspaper, and as long as it's a capitalist newspaper, it's not going to serve you because its purpose is to make money for its owner. And then I tell the people to come down or take over the paper. A lot of people responded very well to these suggestions. But the editor calls me into his office and he says, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to take a baseball bat and smash his head in. I mean, he's a real nice guy. I like him a lot. I don't think I'll get any pleasure from bashing his head in. I had been thinking for months, what would I do when I get fired? I had to show them, hey, I'm better than you losers. I'm getting fired because I'm different. And then I was thinking, how could I show them? Smoke a joint in the city room, meditate in the library, kidnap the editor? I had to think fast. So I looked at the editor and I said, I hope you can live with the conditions you're creating. And then I turned and walked out and started to cry. He hurried after me and said, wait a minute, I'm not creating these conditions, you are. And I said, no, I'm not the one who has the power. You're the one who has the power. Now, I've gotten myself on unemployment. They were nice to me the first few times. Then, a woman told me to get a number. I wanted to scream at her and lay outside her apartment and knock her over the head and steal her money. But that's bitterness. I don't like to be bitter. I'm a pacifist.
I've heard a lot of songs saying where you going, my son. Now I know they're true. Oh, you never stop to think how fast the years run. Now they've taken you got quieted. We'd laugh at some new word you'd said, how tough you were to get to bed, and we'd plan the night away, planning for our kid. I was your hero then. I couldn't do no wrong as far as you were concerned. You thought I was the best of men. The tables hadn't turned. You hadn't learned how little time it takes, and daddies make mistakes. It seems to me that lately I've been thinking a lot. I think about my dad. Lots of funny things come back I thought I forgot. Now they make me sad. High school than it used to be. I didn't want him touching me, and I shuddered if he did. Further back to summer nights, baseball games beneath the lights, and sleeping in the car. My daddy and his kid. He was my hero then. He couldn't do no wrong as far as I was concerned. I thought he was the wisest and the strongest and the best of men. The tables hadn't turned. I hadn't learned how little time it takes, and everybody breaks, and daddies make mistakes. This may sound square, but my kid is my imprint, you know? This is why I work. Every time I see a smart young guy walking down the street dressed real sharp, I'm looking at my kid. You know what I want my kid to tell me? That he's not going to be like me. I want him to look me in the eyes and say, Dad, you're a nice guy, but you're a dummy. Hell yes, if you can't improve yourself, improve your posterity. Otherwise, life ain't worth living. Might as well go back to the cave and stay there. And you know what I think? I think the first caveman who went over the hill to see what was on the other side, I don't think he went solely out of curiosity. I think he went because he wanted to get his son out of the cave. I heard a lot of songs say, where you go, my son? Now I know they're for real. Boy, you never stop to think how fast the years run, and the things they steal. Now it seems I always knew why I do the things I do and the things I never did. Why I work my whole damn life so I could give a better life than the one my dad could give me. I give it to my kid.
Somebody built the pyramids.
Pyramids, the Empire State Building. These things don't just happen.
I don't care how little you did. You drive down the road and you say, I worked on that road.
If there's a bridge, you say, I worked on this bridge.
You know what I think? If a carpenter builds a cabin for the poets owe the carpenter a little plaque, just 3 or 4 lines on the wall.
Though we labor with our minds, this place we can relax in was built by somebody who could work with his hands.
Picasso can point to a painting, a writer can point to a book. What can I point to?
Everybody should have something to point to.
You know what I'd like to see? A building. Say the Empire State Building. With a foot-wide strip from top to bottom. With a list of every name of every ironworker, every electrician, every bricklayer. So that one day, a guy can take his kid and say,
See that building? I was the one who did the design. I was the one who drafted the plans, every detail and every line.
See that building? I ran the crane that lifted the beam.
I was the guy who looked up above.
Look at those bricks are mine. See that